Moses Kuria is back into the country. He has been away for quite some time, undergoing some medical treatment in Dubai. In fact, the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and Raila's son, among a number of other dignitaries, did visit him in Dubai while in hospital. However, this morning, Moses Kuria landed back in 254 with a major bang. And straight away, Moses Kuria, as promised, he did not disappoint. He went straight to Thika, where he held a massive prayer rally, or rather Thanksgiving rally. And he had already made it clear that today's rally was going to be devoid of politics. It was not going to be a political rally, but rather a Thanksgiving rally to thank God who has healed him and enabled him to be back home with his family. However, having said all that, there's a dramatic turn of events that took place in today's prayer Thanksgiving rally that has really shaken Kenyans to the core. And that which took place today was that Stanley Livondo, a businessman come politician, took to the podium and he made some revelations, or he made some statements that have shaken the country. In fact, it's trending. It's trending throughout the country. Kuria was trending on Twitter, but after the statement from Livondo, it was now Stanley Livondo trending on Twitter. What did Livondo say? But before we go to that, who is Stanley Livondo? For those who are not aware, Stanley Livondo is a businessman come politician from Western Kenya. In fact, in 2007 and 2013, he did vie for the Starehe and the Langata parliamentary seat, but he failed miserably. And another thing about Livondo was that during that time of Kibaki era, during those elections, Livondo used to fly around in choppers. He used to be called Mr. Moneybags for the simple fact that he walked around with bags of money. In fact, there is a story whereby he once landed in a chopper near a place where Boni Kalwale was holding a meeting. And what Livondo did to disrupt Kalwale's meeting was that he started dishing out money. And with all wananchi, of course, they had to leave Kalwale's rally and go straight to Livondo to get the money. So Livondo revealed today that a top-ranking government official who is second in command in the Jubilee government allegedly attempted to assassinate President Uhuru Kenyatta by engineering some plane crash. Watch this video.
Kama wewe uko na ndugu yako, huko na rafiki yako, na yeye anataka kuweka chini akuangushe na ndege mara mbili, utamsamea? Nitoboe? Utamsamea? Rais alikuwa anatoka Kisumu ya kwanza. Rais alikuwa anaenda America through Dubai, ndege karudishwa Kenya, alikuwa anataka kuangushwa chini. Na sisi tunacheka tu. Watu wa Sandro, nataka kumwambia siku ya leo, nikimalizia, nyinyi ni marafiki zangu, lakini nyinyi ni wengi. Musipokuwa pamoja, mutapigwa mshale ambao mutapona after 50 years.
Livondo tosha sasa.
Mmesikia?
Livondo tosha.
Mmesikia?
Tosha.
Musikia hivyo? Ni nani alikuwa anataka kumaliza kijana wenu? Asanteni.
Allah, quite some serious revelations. So which two events or two instances are these that Stanley Livondo is referring to, where this guy tried to take out President Uhuru Kenyatta? The first one was in April 2015. For those who remember the news clearly, President Uhuru Kenyatta was supposed to visit Los Angeles in the US to address or to take part in a certain international meeting. He was doing the visit in his official capacity as a president of Kenya. So it was an official visit. And apparently President Kenyatta's plane, Arambe 1, which is a Focus 70, took off from JKIA, headed to Dubai. Because the plane does not have a huge fuel capacity like Boeing 747s and all those big international planes, the plane had to take him to Dubai, from where he would catch a commercial flight and go all the way to the US. But the trip did not materialize as planned, because apparently they returned to JKIA after only 4 hours after takeoff. So what happened to cause that change of events or that turn of events? Allegedly, President Kenyatta's jet had been routed to fly over Yemen, which at that point, if you Google around, you will realize that at that point, Yemen was being bombarded by rebels. Yemen was an active war zone. The airspace was an hostile airspace. So the question becomes, who routed the president's plane to fly over a war-torn country, over a war zone? Then, as the story goes, his plane had to be rerouted from Yemen, or rather to avoid flying over Yemen, but fly over Ethiopia and Eritrea. And for some weird reasons, apparently, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had not sought clearance for the plane to fly over their airspace. And because of that, they had to turn the plane back. Do you really believe that a presidential jet carrying the president himself and a host of dignitaries can get onto that jet knowing too well that no clearance has been sought over the countries they will overfly? Absolutely unbelievable. Even with commercial jets, they normally seek clearance way in advance. It's not a matatu. A plane is not a matatu that you just shout from the doors, or tunapitia Kariako tukielekea Ngara, or tunapitia Pangani tukielekea Juja ama Thika Road. A plane's trip or a plane's route is planned meticulously. Nothing is left to chance, and especially a presidential jet that comes under the Kenya Air Force. So what did take place to occasion the abortment or the return of the jet back into JKIA with Kenyatta and the entire entourage? Mwenda Bijiwe, a security analyst, is on record disputing that explanation. In fact, the guy said that there is something that the government was hiding. It is improbable that the plane had been routed to pass over Yemen, and it is absolutely impossible for Ethiopia or Eritrean government to have said no to the president overflying their airspace. So with what Stanley Livondo said today, the story seems to be adding up. The second instance was in 2019, January 2019, in Kisumu, when Kenyatta had gone to Kisumu to open some projects and all that. And when he was flying back to Nairobi, apparently, at the very last minute, Raila Odinga came over to Kenyatta just before he boarded the plane and pulled him to the side, whispered something to his ears, and straight away Kenyatta left in a big rush. And the funny thing was that he did not leave with his security entourage. They left in two Prados. What is this that Raila Odinga whispered to Kenyatta that was so important that all protocol had to be broken or to be breached? What did Raila whisper to Kenyatta? Is there a chance or a probability that Raila, via his own intelligence network, got wind that something had been planned, because apparently the story goes like this, that something had been planned to happen to Kenyatta so that the blame can be put squarely on Raila Amolo Odinga. So is what Stanley Livondo saying the truth? If it is indeed the truth, then mambo imekuwa moto sana. The other day, President Uhuru Kenyatta said that very soon he will head into the mountain, Mount Kenya, and he will tell his people why they fell out with his deputy. Could this be the tip of the iceberg? Could Livondo have been sent in advance to test the waters? Has the guy been sent to drop the initial bombshell before the Sagana 3 meeting takes place? It's going to be quite interesting in the coming days. What do you think? Do you think Livondo is just an empty debe making outrageous statements and outrageous accusations against some senior top government official? Or do you think that actually Livondo knows what he's talking about? Or is it a trap? The other day, in one of my videos, I mentioned that Azimio, or rather Raila and Kenyatta's side, know which buttons to press to get a reaction from the Tanga Brigade. Could this be a trap for William Samuel Ruto and his Tanga group to respond tomorrow on Sunday? And then before we know it, they start leaking evidences about today's allegations. Could it be? Let's wait and see. Thank you, and God bless you.